Breaking news, a fire burning in eastern El Paso County. This is near Schriever Space Force Base. We're getting an update from fire officials right now.
But as you know, we all are in the city. We're neighbors, we're partners, so I'm going to be acting as their PIO. The Meridian Fire, that's the official name for this fire, is sitting at about 3,000 acres at this moment. We do have structures threatened in the area. There's no word yet on any structures lost. The area from Highway 94 to Blaney, about 3 miles around that area, there are mandatory evacuations. We do have one Type 1 helicopter coming and an MMA from the state. So one of those, the MMA is going to be able to map the fire, give us an idea of how big the fire might be. Basically a better number, than 3,000. 3,000 is an estimate. That's kind of what we're getting right now. So the state is going to send down one of their multi-mission aircrafts to give us a better size up of this fire. They'll additionally send a Type 1 helicopter that's going to help us put water on this fire from the air. What other questions do you guys have right now?
So when so fast, do they have to stay to the side of it? We're just watching it lay down and go really fast. Obviously with 3,000 acres, are they having to work from the sides and not be in danger standing in front of it because of the velocity of the flame?
Yeah, so we're really trying to get everyone out from where this fire is moving. So that's exactly what we're doing with our fire crews. We don't want to put anyone at risk, our community, our fire crews. So what we're going to do is we're going to move everyone away from the head of the fire so that we can get a good handle on it. That's why we have to order those multi-mission aircrafts, the Type 1, to be able to really get water on that fire to help us fight it from above as well. You'll see we have about 9 different fire departments from across the county. The state is down here as well helping us. Colorado Springs Utilities, Ellicott Security, Cimarron Hills, Colorado Springs Fire. We're all here trying to get this under control as quickly as we can. Obviously, you guys are seeing the wind, is pushing this fire pretty rapidly. So our next concerns are just going to be watching to see where this fire may go.
And is it structure protection mainly right now?
We do have structure protection going on. You're going to see us move our resources kind of around. You guys have seen that. So we are working on structure protection. Of course, that's going to be, one of our priorities, but our number one priority is life safety. We want to get people in this area out.
The Type 1 is coming from where? When will it be here, and can it fly in the winds that we're having?
It's coming from the Colorado Division of Fire Prevention and Control. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to get here, and I don't have information on if it can fly or not in these winds.
Has the fire jumped at all?
It may have jumped a few of the roads, but I don't have 100% confirmation on that.
Which roads the fire may have jumped?
I do not.
Okay. Do you know about anything about a Garden of the Gods fire?
I believe we do have crews running to a fire there. Obviously, I'm doing this, so I can't get that information right now.
Do you know if it's heading towards Schriever?
It is heading towards Schriever right now. We are in very close communication with Schriever to ensure that we can make sure that that base is safe and that they get people out of the way if they need to.
Do they have their own fire department too, I guess?
Schriever has fire. They help. They're also on scene here.
Do you know how many from Colorado Springs Fire?
I don't have that number. I can get it to you, Bill.
Okay.
Do you know where the origin was?
I do not. When this fire came in, we were getting a ton of conflicting information on this. We had, Drennan and Mark Shuffle. We had Blaney and Meridian. So a ton of information that we're getting in. Obviously, people see this, they're going to call. They're going to try their best to do the information, but I don't have a good marker on where it started.
Do you know how many people have been evacuated so far, and are there any communities specifically that the fire department is worried about for their safety right now?
I don't have a good cap on how many people have been evacuated. Obviously we have structures threatened. So we're going to be pertaining to that, pertaining to structures threatened. That's what we're going to be focusing on right now and ensuring that we can save those, but also ensuring that we can get this fire under control.
I saw a bunch of sheriff's offices or sheriffs out here, working on keeping the community evacuated. How many people are out here helping this effort right now?
I don't have an exact number on that. I would put it at least 100. I mean, obviously, our partners from the sheriff's office are going to come out here, and they're really helping us to keep our community safe while we fight the fire. That's exactly what law enforcement and fire do. That's why we work so well together, is because we can look at them and say, okay, you evacuate people when they need to be evacuated, but keep everyone out of this area, and then we can fight that fire. So we're always in very close communication with all of our law enforcement partners.
Right
So
now
we were
we've got
watching some people struggle with wildlife livestock that was spooked. If you have livestock, perhaps think ahead. I don't know, what's the recommendation? Don't wait for the evacuation, because it took them, they wanted to get out and it was just ongoing.
Absolutely. I think you guys have heard me say it probably once or twice, but do not wait for the government to tell you to go. If you have that feeling in your stomach that says this is not going to be good, load up and go. Have a plan for livestock. Obviously, out here on the east side of the county, there's a lot of livestock. You need to have a plan for that livestock and make sure that you can get them out and get them safe.
Did you say there was another fire too going over by Garden of the Gods?
We got a call for it. I haven't had a chance to look at the notes yet.
Okay.
But we were dispatched to a fire in the Garden of the Gods area, yes.
Somebody texted me saying that they thought they saw something.
Yes, there's a fire in that area. I don't have information on it.
Are there any communities that are like could be put under pre-evacuation or evacuation that they should be kind of prepared in advance in this area, just knowing kind of the direction that the fire is headed?
So obviously, like I said, we're in super close communication with Schriever, and that's kind of the direction that this fire is moving. So that's, a community and area that we're going to be concerned with. But we work very closely with them and ensure that they have their base safely secure. And if they need to evacuate, they'll evacuate. If they need to put them on pre-evacuation, they'll put them on pre-evacuation. I would say anyone who is in this area north of this fire should just be cautious, have a plan, get your go kit together, get your family together, and if you feel like you want to leave, leave. That is what I'm asking you to do. Obviously, you guys saw there was a lot of car traffic in this area. That's died down quite a bit because we've gotten the majority of the people out of this area. But when we evacuate a large amount of people, we know that there can be backup. So go now, right? If you want to go now.
3,000 plus acre fire, maybe one over at Garden of the Gods. I know we have backup resources, red flag warnings today. If somebody's listening, extra exclamation point behind the fire risk is high right now because we're stretched at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can tell you that it's really important for you guys to be prepared, right? We talk about it, be prepared, have a plan. We're in red flag warnings today. Colorado Springs is no stranger to wildfire. We're no stranger to grass fire. We really want you to have the preparedness aspect going. We also want you to, check on your neighbors. If you have a neighbor who may be elderly and can't get out, have a plan for them too. This is a fantastic time to remind yourself, what is our plan? Do we have our go kit to put together? If you're not in this evacuation area, you need to start thinking about that now because, we're no stranger to fire here, and it's really important that you have that preparedness aspect ready to go if you need to go.
Thank you.
Good?
Can you give us an update in like a half hour or so?
It depends on where I'm at.
Okay. And can you find out more about that Garden of the Gods fire?
Okay, we're getting an update from the spokesperson from Colorado Springs Fire about this 3,000-acre wildfire that's burning right now, forcing evacuations for a lot of people in eastern El Paso County. It's unclear right now where that fire started. They are sending in some air support to help get this fire out, along with the at least 100 firefighters who are on the ground right now trying to help. There's no word on any injuries or any structures burned, but we know that this is a red flag warning day. That means a high fire danger day. And we want to bring in meteorologist Alex O'Brien to see what the firefighters are up against right now. Alex.
Right, and other than visually seeing that smoke plume, I'm also capturing that on radar. So you can see this blue zone where the smoke is being emitted from this fire, and it's drifting towards the northeast. That doesn't necessarily mean the fire is drifting northeast. Our Bill Folsom, live at the fire, noted it was traveling one direction, another direction. So north and east is generally the direction this fire is going, but the smoke is definitely drifting with the wind, and it still is definitely putting out smoke as we continue with that radar loop. Our current conditions at Schriever, 65 degrees, clear, 11% humidity. That has dropped. It's 24 miles per hour sustained wind out of the southwest. So now we're gusting higher to 32 miles per hour. And particularly in March, we are very vulnerable to fires. We have those dry fuels and we have the strong winds with our jet stream increasing. So Diane, we're still going to have strong winds through the rest of the evening, and they'll turn out of the north tomorrow and get even stronger. So it's vital these crews get it under control.
It is
Vital, and it's vital to show a map too of exactly where the evacuation zone is. But while we're not showing it right now, trying to get very specific borders on that for you, I will share with you. It is Davis Road to the north. And then when you go south all the way through Schriever, it's just north of Book Drive. To the west, it is South Franceville Coal Mine Road. And to the east, it is South Peyton Highway. Those are the boundaries. It's about a 3-mile area for this 3,000-acre fire burning right now. Actually, we're going to take a sky cam for you live right now of what we can see. This is a sky cam at the Rock Rimmon Studios for News 5. This is showing a fire north of Garden of the Gods near 30th Street. We do have a crew on the way right now, and they're working to learn more. So we'll bring you updates as soon as we can, but a live view right now of a fire burning in the Garden of Gods area near North 30th Street. Alex, are you coming back on camera?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can. I do want to show you again that radar product that shows the smoke plumes, because I think I am picking up on some of the smoke that's being emitted from this new fire we're tracking. Here would be on the west side of town and towards Garden of the Gods. So there it is right there. Now it is a bit noisy, so I'm not entirely sure that's what that is, but it would coincide with the location of that sky cam that we're watching. So again, we have the smoke from the Schriever Space Force Base fire, but we're still seeing strong winds across the entirety of the region, 32-mile-per-hour wind gusts at the Air Force Academy, 10 at Bear Creek, 33 at Colorado Springs. And the wind is going to continue to be strong here for the rest of the evening. It could still gust around 30 to 40 miles per hour through about 10 o'clock tonight. And we still have our red flag warnings in place until 8 o'clock this evening. That includes Colorado Springs and all the southeastern plains. And Diane, because we're seeing that new batch of smoke, that new fire, you just want to be very careful to not create any sparks outside under the conditions that we're dealing with today, because it's very dry. It's been dry for multiple days, and we have the very strong winds not only tonight but coming in for tomorrow. And I do want to quickly talk about that wind for Friday. So tonight they're gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour, but watch on Friday. They're going to start to turn out of the north. They'll be gusting 40 to 60 plus miles per hour. We'll have a little higher humidity on Friday, but it's still going to be very tough for any new fires that start. And here's that high wind warning that will be in effect for tomorrow, and that will be from, I think, 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. I will check on the timing of that, but the wind is not going to let up, and we are going to continue to monitor the situation. Diane.
Okay, Alex, thanks so much. We have 2 fires burning right now. One we gave you a view of at Garden of the Gods area, North 30th Street. Working to get more information on that. No word on evacuations right now. Oh, okay. Are we going to put it up? You know what? I'm hearing from my executive producer, Chris. This is a new map with the evacuation boundaries to make it easier for you to see. We've got this posted for you right now at KOAA.com. Everyone in this area is being told to get out right now. But as we heard earlier from the Colorado Springs Fire Department spokesperson, you don't need to wait for us. You don't need to wait for the government to tell you to get out. If you're worried and you know you need to go, get out now, especially since that area is full of livestock. There's a lot of people who have to make quite a bit of plans with regards to this fire. It's a 3,000-acre fire. It's called the Meridian Fire, and all of the people in that area need to be getting out right now. We also have a fire, Garden of the Gods and North 30th Street. We're working to get more information on. We will bring that to you coming up on News 5 at 4.